Hey there, if you ever had a project where you got stuck and just couldn't get to the end, couldn't finish it, and figure out how to wrap things up, then hang around because this video is hopefully going to be really helpful for you. I want to share with you the thing that I found to be the most useful when it comes to just getting stuff done. And this applies to game development, but also to other stuff. If you're doing just regular old day job stuff, maybe regular enterprise development stuff, or just kind of day-to-day things that you're trying to get done and where you've got longer term goals. Building a video game is something that takes quite a while, so it takes a lot of focus and things to keep you going back and doing the right task. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So what is that thing? Well, it's mastermind groups. And if you've never heard of a mastermind group before, don't worry if it sounds like something that's ridiculous and complicated or difficult. It's not. It's something that pretty much anybody can do, and I think just about everybody who's building a game, especially if you don't have a full studio of other developers to talk with regularly, you should definitely look into and consider this. So let's talk really quickly about what a mastermind group is, and then we'll talk about why they help, and then we'll end with where you can find them. I've actually got a list of a couple that you might be interested in right now, and some places where you can find your own groups if these ones don't work for you. So what is a mastermind group? Typically, when it comes to game development and software stuff, there are groups of 3 to 5 developers who ideally are around the same skill level, working on somewhat similar projects and problems. Now, this could be 3 or 4 indie game developers who are working on similar games. Maybe some of them are working on mobile, some are working on PC games, but they're working on something somewhat related where they're the same type of games, or maybe they're just working on games in general and they're kind of at or around the same level. Now, sometimes with mastermind groups, you have 3 people who are really advanced and 2 people who are just kind of figuring things out that have joined the group, and they're useful as well. So how does it work and why is it useful? What is this group for? I said 3 to 5 people, but what's the value of having 3 to 5 people, and how do you do this? Well, first off, the groups typically, the ones that I've seen work best, meet about once a week. And what they do is spend around an hour talking through their progress through the last week, what they've worked on their project. Again, this could be their own personal project, their indie game. It could be the thing that they're working on at work that's interesting or problematic. And then they'll talk about the progress that they've made and the problems that they've run into. If anybody in the group has ideas or thoughts on the problems, they'll usually weigh in. And because the groups meet regularly and it's the same group of, like I said, 3 to 5 people, ideally right around 4, you have really good knowledge of what the people are working on. Obviously, the first couple weeks, you're still kind of getting to know each other and figuring out exactly what everybody's doing and where they're at. But after a couple months, you have a really good idea of what people have done before, what worked for them, what's not working for them, where they might be missing things, and other info like that. You've got a good idea of actually what they're doing to give them good advice, and they have the same. They have good ideas and good advice for you. They also provide a lot of accountability, which I think is important, because when you sign up for one of these groups, if you join and continue to go regularly, you're going to want to have progress and things to show. So if it's your personal side project that you're working on, you're going to find that, oh, well, we're meeting on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I want to have something to show, so I'm going to spend an extra couple hours building out this thing and getting it right so that I can talk about what I've done, or the thing that I said I was going to do last week. It's about to come up to next week, and I'd like to be able to say that I did it. So it makes you, I feel like, more accountable, although it's not like a strong accountability where you're going to get fired. It's one where you're going to feel more accountable to yourself. But I think that's only one of the great effects. The other biggest effects are you're going to learn a lot from other people. You're going to see what they're doing. You're going to see what's working, what's not working. You're going to be able to watch people succeed and fail in real time. And you're going to be able to ask them questions and be a part of that process. It's not just you going along building your indie game. It's you building your indie game and 3 other people building their indie game. And you're going to have some of that experience from all of them. You're going to grow a lot faster and learn a lot more. I think, again, it's super valuable. They're really, I'd say, relatively low commitment. If you can commit an hour a week to just getting better and doing a little bit better with your projects, that's really all you need. You don't have to do big presentations or any setup or anything like that. It's very, very simple, very straightforward. You just have to find a good group that I think matches up with what you want to do. So where do you find a group? Well, the best places I think are meetup type events, Discord areas, places where you can find people that are doing and working on similar stuff to you. You don't want to find people who are doing something totally disparate from you, where it doesn't really match up and your problems are totally unrelated to their problems. You want to work with people who are having similar types of problems. So that could either be joining Discord servers where people have the same kind of experience level that you have. It could be joining some meetup events where you just go to local events and talk to people, or online events, talk to people, and then figuring out who those people are. You can also just look online. There are a couple of different places that do some mastermind matchmaking. I've done a little bit myself in the past, but it's extremely difficult. There's a lot of work to it. I did, however, send out a survey yesterday to everybody on my email list to see if any mastermind groups were recruiting for game developers. Figure out what time zone they're in, what skill set they're looking for. And I've got a link for the results to that just to the Google Sheet. You can contact the people if any of these groups seem like they would fit for you. If they don't, I highly recommend that you just submit your own group. I'll put a link to the form there so you can submit a group if you have one already that you're recruiting for, or if you would like to create a new one and you want to start kind of getting those conversations going. You do have to talk to people, but again, I think it's totally worthwhile. It's probably the thing that I've seen make more of an impact for people than just about anything else. If you look at if I look at all of the people that I know making games and building stuff on their own, the ones who are in mastermind groups are the ones that are constantly shipping things out and doing really good stuff and having a lot of success with that. So I definitely recommend you go do that. Go sign up for one. Check out the links in the description. I'll share the link for the existing mastermind group, so you can go check out those out, see if any of them fit, and the one for you to submit your own. And if you have thoughts about mastermind groups, if you're in one, I think I missed something, drop a comment down below. I'm sure there are some people here who've got some good feedback and thoughts on that stuff as well. Other than that, you got anything else? I don't know. I think that's probably about it for this video. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out all the links in the description. If you're into learning multiplayer game development stuff, join us for the multiplayer mastery course. We're going to do part 2 live in January. We're going over dedicated server development. You'll learn how to build a game like a extraction game where you go in with multiple players, kill stuff, get loot, and get out before everybody dies. It's fun stuff. Other than that, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know if you got thoughts on the mastermind group stuff. If you're in a mastermind group too, just drop a comment down below and support and let everybody know how awesome they are. All right, thanks again. See you in the next video. Bye.